Hello everybody and Happy New Year. I wish you all the best in 2025. I thought I'd come out to the shop today and do a little bit of a reflection video on what all happened in 2024 and what we're looking forward to in 2025. I'm going to start this video by thanking all of our sponsors who have jumped on board in the last few years, starting with Fast Cut CNC tables. They revolutionized what we can do here in the shop. And you cannot talk about Fast Cut without Hypotherm plasma cutters. They cut like butter. Those two go hand in hand. They've been helping us make all of our trophies that we've been giving out at car shows, and I don't know what we could do without them. We also have Miller. All our machines here in the shop are Miller. I love Miller welders. They have great equipment. Now, let's go back to the beginning of 2024. First thing in the spring, me and my best friend drove to the island and picked up the one and only Widowmaker. Absolutely epic. I love having it around at the shop. I love taking it to car shows. Kids love it, adults love it, I love it. It's just an iconic car, something that's going to be around forever. We did a lot of pretty cool jobs throughout the year and went to a lot of really awesome car shows and met some great people. As we rolled into the fall, I got the phone call finally to be able to go and pick up my 1968 big block Chevy that I sold 16 years prior. It was a moment in time for me that was just, I can't even explain it. It took my breath away. So having that car back here is awesome. We haven't had any time to work on it yet. I do have big plans for the car, but I'm still deciding, do I just bring her back to the way it was when I sold it, or do I go full out custom with the car? So I've got it just stashed away for now, but it will be coming out here in the future. But I have a few other vehicles that I need to finish first. So I'm glad to have it back, but we gotta bide our time. We can't get to it right away. So let's talk about how we finished the year, what we've got here in the shop, and more importantly, what we're getting up to in 2025 and the direction that we're gonna go. So let's start with this 1957 Chevy pickup. This is our oldest build here in the shop. We've been working on it off and on for 7 or 8 years, and it is so close to being fired up and driving around under its own power. So let me bring you in and we'll have a look, and I'll show you a little bit more of what we got going on. So our 57 Chevy pickup is far from stock. As you can see, we got an intercooler here and a 6-liter LS under the hood. Twin turbos, everything is plumbed in, wired, ready to go. The last thing that we have left to do before we can twist that key and hear this thing rumble to life is the fuel system. So we've got all the parts, we just gotta spend the time, put the fuel system in, dump a little bit of gas down the tank, and fire this thing up. So I'm looking very forward to that. It's been here for a long time. It's never made a sound. It's been sitting here silent. So we're about to change that in the next, well, probably couple of days. I'll probably do an update video because this truck has, well, it's been here for a long time and I haven't made that many videos about it, and it's super cool. And hopefully one of these days soon, we can do a nice little video of maybe rolling a little bit of smoke off of those tires, because it's definitely going to be capable of that. So that is one of the vehicles that we've been really thrashing on, just finishing off 2024, trying to get this thing running. And our goal was to have it running before the new year, which we did not quite make it because we were missing a few parts. Now, it took a little bit of time for them to come in. They are here now. It's just we need to put the time in, and obviously it's the holidays, so we're doing what we can. But soon, we will have it running. Now, as I turn around, we've got this beautiful Cuda. This one is in the shop only for a short time. We did not build much of this. I did do a little bit of welding on it. you know, probably 6 or 8 months ago. But it's come a long way since then. But the main reason why it's back in the shop here now is mostly because we need to fit the 426 Hemi in the engine compartment, and it's got an aftermarket K-member, and supposedly they've already bought 2 or 3 different sets of engine mounts, and they just didn't position the engine properly. So what we're gonna end up doing is taking this beautiful engine, I'll just give you a little peek. Here it is, the iconic old school Hemi, fully rebuilt, ready to rip. And we're going to be putting it in and positioning it where we need to put it. Now, the main thing I need to do here is we need to be able to put the shaker scoop on the engine, put it in the car, position it to the opening on the hood, and then build mounts to connect point A to, well, point B on the side of the block there. So it's been sitting here for the last couple of weeks. We're waiting for a few more parts, and then we're gonna get started probably shortly after the new year here. So I'm looking forward to that one. I always love working on Cudas. I just love them so much. Their body style, absolutely beautiful. Coming over here, well, you guys might recognize this truck here. This is my 1937 GMC that I'm putting on my first gen Cummins chassis. If you guys remember videos, well, probably about 5-6 months ago, I was using the forklift to straighten the frame. You can see I've got the engine out now. And this is what I brought in for myself for over the holidays. That's why it's kind of a mess. I've been thrashing on this thing. I don't get too much time to work on my own junk. So I took the opportunity. The holidays were here. I knew I would have a few hours here and there while the shop was closed to the public, that I would be able to come in here and work on this. So my goal is to finish the adapter that bolts underneath the 37 cab. So it sits like, so it's like bolted down like factory on like belting, but I want it to bolt to the new chassis like a modern vehicle with actual rubber body mounts, just to isolate a lot of the vibration that would come up through the frame into the cab when you're driving. So I'm getting pretty close on the adapter, but I thought, you know what? I better take a minute, pull the engine and transmission out, and finish straightening the frame. So I have been kind of going along and finding any of the damage. You can see I've got a come along going across here. I've been heating it and tweaking it and beating it just a little bit. I'm getting very, very close. I've been working the damage. It actually was a lot worse than I thought it was. The damage started on this rail kind of right about here. I had to use this block of wood and a couple of chains and a 20-ton jack to straighten that out. And then I just started working my way forward. Now I'm pretty much right to here. The last little bit of damage is these little frame horns here. They need to come this way just a little bit more. And then I've got to take the steering box off, because when I started, that steering box was like leaned on a 45-degree angle. So it's a lot better than it was, but it's not perfect. So I got to take that little bracket off there, finish straightening that frame rail, finish straightening this frame rail, and then put this on and make sure everything is straight for the last time. The reason I need to do that before I finish mounting this is because, well, I want everything to be nice and straight. And if my frame is bent when I'm building all my parts, you know, I'm going to be fighting it forever. So I'm just about past all that. I'm looking forward to having this truck looking like a full pickup. I want it to have a truck box on the back, so I'll be custom making a box from scratch. But first I need to get the cab and the front clip lined up to the wheel, and then get the motor tucked back in there, and then I'll start working on the back section. But I'd like to be driving this year in 2025, hopefully by summertime. That might be a bit of a stretch because I got a lot of other things on my mind and things that I need to do. But there you go. These are the 3 vehicles that we finished off 2024 with here in the shop. And now let's talk about 2025. So I've been giving things a lot of thought. That's why I've been kind of not posting many videos lately. A few opportunities have been coming up, and I've really been kind of debating the direction that I'm going to go with Dubs Kustoms. For a long time now, I have seen a Y in the road way ahead. I knew it was there. I knew it was coming, and I knew I was driving towards it. I just didn't know which way I was going to go. So now that it's getting closer, I'm starting to feel like I know which way I'm going to go, but I still have a little bit of uncertainty, so I'm not going to get into too much detail about it, but I can say this. 10 years ago, I started with this dream that I wanted to have my own hot rod shop, and I went after it 100%. And I feel like I reached that dream. I met all of the goals that I wanted to meet. You know, I built some wicked custom cars. I got on a TV show. I feel like I reached my dream plus some. So now this other opportunity has come up, and I need to take it very seriously. And if I do decide to go down that road, well, Dubs Kustoms will be changed forever. Now, I'm not saying that Dubs Kustoms is going to be shut down. It just may not be the same. We might not be doing the same type of work, or maybe it's going to be just a little less cars and a little bit more of something else. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to go yet, but I will make an update video here probably in the next couple of months, once I have a little bit more of a firm direction on what I'm going to do, if I'm going to take this opportunity or if I'm going to pass on it and just carry on with the way Dubs is now. I've also been kind of throwing around potentially turning Dubs into more of a mechanic shop where we're doing more, you know, fixing your everyday vehicles. I don't know. I'm a little bit torn on it right now. That isn't my main opportunity that I'm talking about, but again, I don't want to talk too much about that until it's down in stone. Just know that there is something in the works. It's been taking a lot of my attention away. I have been making less videos. I've been really just soaking things in over the last couple of months. And just, I'm proud. Let's just leave it at this. I'm proud of what I've done. I'm a man that went after my dream. I accomplished it. I crushed it. And now, 10 years later, I'm thinking, I might be ready for something else. But you guys are going to have to wait and see what that is. So like always, guys, be safe out there. Peace. If you got a dream, go after it. Take it from me. It's 100% worth it. Like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share these videos. It means a lot to me. Thanks.